I will now like to invite our friend and hard worker, NGC-CNG, the one and only Mr. Curtis Mohammed.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Minister of Works, Senator Rohan Sinanan and wife, Mr. Ian Hewitt, President of the Association. Thank you very much, very much for those very sincere words. And somewhere inside here, I might be getting an honorary membership to it, look like. Mr. Linus Phillip and wife, good day. Ms. Jessica James, NP. Musai Ibrahim, good day. We have a director of NGC-CNG, good day. Specially invited guests, protocols observed. Before I actually start, there's something I need to say. The maturity of members of the association, drivers, over the reality that Trinidad and Tobago has had to be dealing with plug-in hemorrhages, with fuel and fuel prices, recent price increases. There's something I always tell everyone. Did you all not notice how the Maxi Taxi Association over the last year or so have been very well behaved and mature about the issue about prices of fares to the customers and fuel prices? I think you guys need to give yourself a round of applause. It has been very mature. There has not been a single negative incident associated with this. Others have behaved badly. And Linus are gonna do this one, right? Normally there'll be the ominous picture of a certain guy, a Maxi driver with a cap there, remonstrating and making some noise. We didn't see that once, right, Linus? We really have to applaud you guys for handling the situation and the way the country is in. We know we have to deal with the hemorrhage with the fuel prices. We know we have to deal with the subsidy issues in the country. And NGC-CNG itself, we're glad to be part of the solution to problems that the country has. All right, so I just wanted to say that before I start. And I won't be very long. I know the minister has a very tight schedule today, him and his wife. So we'll just continue. So we start by offering you warm compliments of the season. And we're extremely happy and glad to be part of the Maxi Taxi 7th anniversary, or is it 6th? I think it's the 6th anniversary of this dinner. And of course, we look forward to more invitations as we develop our relationships together. We want to say that the Maxi Taxi Association and Maxi Taxi membership, you guys are really one of the leaders in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of all things CNG. It started with that spark from PTSC with the first CNG buses. But if you had noticed the speed at which it was assimilated by the Maxi Taxi group, the recognition that this is the way that we need to go, we're going to keep it clean, we could keep our city centers clean, we could keep the bus route clean. We have a new shift, a new paradigm, so much so that the Maxi Taxi Association, as a sort of a cooperative, now is forming its own arrangements to supply itself with vehicles, good vehicles. We were part of the due diligence. We endorsed the Joylong brand that the Maxi Taxi Association has been pushing. We know that you have your bottlenecks in delivery. We're there to help you guys as best as we can. And we're rooting for you, no pun intended. All right? My personal experience with the association has been which has been very, very proactive. They're hard negotiators, right, Brent? Right? But at the end of the day, they always see and come up with some solution that is acceptable, reasonable, and progressive. And that's all we ask. And we're asking this for every single target market segment that we go after. As you know, the NGC-CNG is a special purpose company, and we only have two key elements of what we have to do. Put in supply for you, and also to help increase the demand, which is what we're doing with Routes and Routes Auto. We did recognize about 5,000 of you are potential markets. We are going after about 25% of the market. I'm kind of doing this too for the new minister to understand some of what we're doing. Our program is till 2018. Please get the word go out there. We are offering the 45,000 if you're bringing an old Maxi, small one. 75,000 if you bring an old Maxi, and if you trade, and that's going to be the grant arrangement we're going to have with you guys. Now, we also have, or we intend to be offering conversion programs for Maxis. All right, now, you may not realize this, but our target market in Trinidad and Tobago is conversions. It's not just brand new Maxis. It's not just adding vehicles on the road. It's transitioning people into CNG. All right, so that's what we're doing. We also like to take the opportunity today to let all of you know that as of yesterday, 2 CNG stations were opened in Trinidad and Tobago. We didn't have much fanfare. We opened Ramco on the highway, you know, in the Orange Grove area there, next to Trinity. That has been opened yesterday. It's performing very well. Monrepo or Carousel in San Fernando has also been opened. And Minister, we may be talking to you with respect to access from the bus route to certain key supply points that can help the association and make sure that they get it. But we'll discuss that in more detail as we get the parties on. So what we're doing is putting all the supply we need in for you guys. So we just have 2 of those there. We actually have, we now invited in Diego Martin, and that's Route 1. The NP gas station Starlight has just been completed. We now have an invitation to put our equipment in, which would have come, I believe, this weekend as we speak. And that'll be going in during the month of December for a possible January opening, right? We'll probably try and see if we get a member of parliament to open that. All right? So that is Diego Martin, and we have 2 other stations where we're waiting on NP to invite us in to put our equipment. This is in O'Meara on the highway and Tampuna on the highway. This is just a taste of the locations we're looking to open right now. So certainly if you're a red band, you're going to be very well equipped with CNG stations in the first quarter. And if you guys need to have an understanding, 1 CNG station can easily fill 250 CNG Maxis daily. Okay? So I just told you guys about 3 or 4. So that's our quota there. Ian, 1,000 Maxis. Great. The first 2 owners, special, I know we gave them an award, but guys, really, thank you very much for being the first. You only have 1 first, right? I think we're going to have, 4 or 6 new Maxis this week? 5? 6. 6 new Maxis this week coming, and quite a few more on order. The bottleneck, I understand, is really one for working capital for Routes Auto. If you have any finances here in the room, have a chat with these guys. Let's get the shipments at about, 20 or 30 every time instead of just 6 or 10. Okay? So Lucian and Godfrey, thank you very, very much, right? You are our ambassadors, and you're gonna be joined again by 6 new ones. So we have Rouse Auto. We have 2 other suppliers of Maxis in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not going to call their names. We endorse the Joylang brand. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take much more time. I'm just going to say thank you very much for inviting us. Right? We look forward to the Maxi Taxi Association being the leaders not just in the transition to a cleaner fuel, being the leaders in safe driving, a different philosophy, and a better philosophy in public transport in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you all very, very much.